Happy rails to you. Welcome back, my friends. Happy rails to you. It's good to see you again. Thanks for watching my channel and the videos. Sometimes they go real fast and sometimes they're slow. Happy rails to you. Thanks for watching. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back. It's you, man. My World 67. Happy New Year again. Today, in this video, it's been so cold here, in the 30s, below freezing, 30, 31. Warms up today. I think the high is going to be around 44, 45. So it's chilly. Not as cold as it is for a lot of you in your region where you live. But for this region, it's cold. So out in the shop, of course, it's cold, and I have got my heater going out there, trying to warm it up this morning some. I'm going to go out there for a little bit. I'm going to try it, but for now, I wanted to do this video. I got this in a couple months ago, actually. I've been wanting to build a torpedo engine for my MTH, or the Rail King Norfolk and Western cars that I built. So I got in. I think, to me, there was no better candidate than an American Flyer torpedo shell from like 32 through 34, something like that. It's a 629, I believe. And I'm going to finish stripping this down, take these rails off of it. The handbars. And see if we can't protect this, the American Flyer. And we're going to paint this. And we're going to paint it in a dark brown, very similar to the cars. Kind of a reddish brown. And to power it up, I've got this 1829 that I was going to save, that I started salvaging. And I decided, because of I'm tired of repairing plastic bodies that are missing cowling and a bunch of other stuff, broken roof, cracked. I did some repairs on this shell already, plus it's warped. It's broken there. So it's got quite a few problems. Looks like it's been close to a lot of heat. This is all warped. But I want to do a 462 in the torpedo. So this is a perfect candidate. We'll still save the motor and be powered by Marks and another American Flyer engine that I have, a custom engine. that will be powered by marks, and it's a good combination always. Had Coleman or Gilbert had the opportunity to do that, they probably would have done it themselves, because they pattern a lot of their mechanical things after marks. So anyway, I'm going to break this down, and I'm going to finish stripping this down, and then we're going to go and I'm going to see where we're at. I'm going to clean this motor. I've already cleaned this motor once. As I said, I took it out and when I first acquired it and went through it, and it's running good, but I'm going to clean it up some more. I didn't clean it up real good then. I just wanted to make sure it was running, get it running, and I did. And so I'm going to go through it and clean it up real good. And then we're going to paint this shell and get it reassembled. All right, so bear with me while I do some of that work. Okay, I repositioned the camera. And we're going to start taking the motor out of the 1829 shell. Piece of cake. Some of these have a weight in them. Weight's up front on this one. You notice this is not a smoker. I would that it had been, but it's not, so it's perfect. I'm going to go ahead and take this weight out of here too, so I can use this. And another one, or another engine. Only had one screw in it, so that was good. You know what? I'm going to keep this back brace also. I dropped my screwdriver, guys. Bear with me. Yeah. My right hand is doing its own thing today, which is actually kind of normal. Okay, now we're ready. Kind of rusty. Now this, as you can see, has the plate on it. And unfortunately, there's not the light on it, I'm sorry. And unfortunately, there's not going to be enough room to put this and that up in here. So that would give it some nice weight. But it won't be constructive for what we need it for. So, like I say, come in handy later on. And so will this. All right. If I remember correctly, now the only thing I need for this is a side rod, and I think I have one. We'll just see how that's going to fit. Oh, that's going to be just dandy. The holes even match up. That's amazing. I'm going to have to reslot this back in and bring the slot down to about here. I'll have to get a little more accurate measurement, but that's about where it's going to go. It's right there. Put you right there. Yep. That's great. Like I say, I'm going to clean that motor up some more. Make sure it's operating correctly. I think I had to put I put a used brush in it. That was better than the brush that was in it. So I'm going to go back through it, clean it up real good, and check it out. Make sure there's no shorts in the wiring. Make sure our armature is clean. Caliper, everything's good. All right. So we'll set that aside. And we'll go ahead and disassemble the wiring. Now, most of this wiring is looped over, or bent over, so you could just get a hold of it with a needle nose pliers, straighten it out. This is brass. So it's not really that hard to deal with. With me, I've got large hands, so it makes it a little tighter sometimes. And should get that one. Back this way. There we go. That should let us pull that one out of there. I don't want to booger it up. Or get it out of shape. Just kink in it right there. There we go. And a crook in it right at the tip. Well, I can't get a hold of that one with the needle nose pliers. Ah, there we go. It's coming from the right direction. There we go. These here shouldn't really be a problem at all. Now what I'm doing, I'm squeezing these two-prong guides together. Now these back hooks might be a little problem. Until I see they're pretty curved up in there. There we go. Should come out. Alrighty. Now what those are like cotter keys. Now, only thing we have left to do is cover the American Flyer insignia. So I don't have any that size available right now, and I don't want to have to replace them if I don't have to. So and they're almost perfect. So what I'm going to do there's a couple of choices. I can just wait and cover it with Vaseline or something like that. Or I can take this masking tape that I have right here. And very carefully place it on. Use my blade. But I can't find the one I like to use for this. We'll try it. This blade is actually broken. It's got a broken tip, broken edge. Sometimes makes a jagged cut. too bad. Worked out. All right. Came out good. Now the gold around the window was done originally by hand, and so we'll just go back and redo that by hand. We're going to sand this down, and I was trying to think if I wanted to make any other modifications to it. As you see, these didn't have smoke either. They didn't have smoke units, so they never had the smokestack open. And outside of a light, I guess there would really be no need, so maybe I'll leave it just like it is. This is actually a fairly simple custom job, or a repower. Because of the fact that Marx and American Flyer, and a lot of their measurements and things that they did as to their motors and so forth and so on, were almost identical, and so it makes it a lot easier. All right, so I'm gonna lightly sand this down, clean it up, wash it, let it dry, and while that's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and break this down. So I'll come back to you in a few minutes. Okay, so I'm back. I set the motor aside. I'm pretty much done with it. I've got it cleaned all up. Still a little more cleaning I want to do on it. But it is now looking a whole lot better. I didn't mention this motor was also underwater, so when I cleaned it up the first time, it didn't run and it was rusty, and it still had some rust on it, on the frame and around, and I got almost all the rust off of it now, and got it cleaned up with an alcohol prep. And this was the third or fourth, I don't know if you can see it, that was the third or fourth Q-tip that I used. I hadn't used this other end on it yet. So anyway, got that clean. I took the brushes back out and cleaned the brush tubes, and cleaned the armature. So I'm going to re-oil it when I get done cleaning it, and we're going to test it and see how it goes. As for now, I also, while I was working on that, I stopped and painted this shell. This is the shell. And it's dry, but it's not completely dry. I put it in the oven for 20 minutes at 125, and I'm going to now touch up the gold on it, around the windows and the bird on the front, and I'm going to stick it back in the oven. I've taken off the tape that I had covering the American Flyer on the sides. You can see that. And it came out nicely. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm let that motor sit, and then come back to it after I stick this back in the oven for another 20 minutes, probably 15, 20 minutes. Well, guys, I think we'll stop it right here and pick it up again in our next video, part 2. And as always, remember, Jesus Christ is Lord. God loves you, and so do I. As always, happy trails. Until next time, this has been a Catzilla production. Bye. Bye now.